greatest martial artists, the masters, if you look at a real master of the martial arts, when you look at him, the greater the mastery you get when you are in that combat, you are not focused on anything. Yes, the real master will be very relaxed. Do you understand? He will not be like this, walking around like that. This is amateur fighters, they walk around like this. A real master will be like that, not focused, and there can be people around him, but he's not focused on anyone. He is so relaxed and present, and somebody comes and he moves faster than lightning. Do you understand? He's in that state of unity. Now if you look at a guitarist, a really high-end, let's say Jimmy Page, or if Hendrix, he's no more, but right, if you look at any musician, the better the musician, the less they are doing. Do you understand me? If you watch an artist, if you're really enjoying the artist, what you call a genius artist, is what is called a genius. A genius is somebody who is expressing or is displaying something extremely complex in a very effortless manner. Yes? So we hear it from an artist like, oh, today, yeah, the show was great, just everything clicked and I was in the zone. Have you heard that? Or from a tennis player, you can say, today I was hitting the ball, and I was just in the zone. Right? So what is the zone? Is the flow state. What Arjuna is talked to by Krishna, yogaste kuru karmani. Establish yourself in the state of yoga and then act. Action is important, but where is the action coming from? From a place of unity. Now even neuroscience is talking about is the flow state. Flow state. They have actually coined this term, borrowed it from the yogic terminology. Flow state. What is the flow state? There is actually neurological, they have done experiments and tests where they are in a certain, with people who are experiencing heightened state of creativity. Yes? But the greater they experience this state, they realize they are not doing it. Something is happening, but it's not them. Yes, they know there is something extraordinary occurring, but there is an effortlessness in it. Do you understand me? You can look at with people who are in extreme sports, it is happening with people in art, who are artists, performing, and every person has access to that state. In yoga and through technology, techniques of yogic teachings, we can access that more and more in our life. Now what is that flow state? The flow state is that in that moment you have tuned, you have gained connection with God mind, or what you might call universe. Yes? Now what we call universe will respond. Where is the universe? Yes? When we say universe will respond, as you say, put your intention and the universe will respond. Yes? But where is the universe? Yes, the universe is everywhere, including right here. This is the universe. So who will respond? This will respond. This is the universe. Universe is not somewhere else. Maybe it will respond, maybe it won't. Yes? The universe is not in a cloud. Universe is here. It's here. Now what is this? This is an individual expression of the universe, like the ocean and the wave. Yes? When the wave is arising from the ocean, it is the ocean arising, but we call it a wave. Yes? It is actually the ocean, is it not? It is part of this collective body of water, and it arises as a wave. Now we have waves which arise just with the surface value, they arise and they crash, they don't have the backing. Then we have waves which arise from a deep connection from the depth of the ocean. The wave which arises from the great depth of the ocean does not get broken by the wind. It stays, it maintains its course, right? And that's the wave you can really surf and last. And then there is big waves in the little bit in the deeper ocean, high waves. And these high waves are what? Great depth. They have access to the depth of the ocean. And they arise, and anything in their path will be wiped out. It's an incredible force there. Both expression of the ocean. The waves, short waves, also ocean. Big wave, also ocean. Yes? So what is that when we say the intention is established and it will be realized, is the surrender is not passive. Yes? Surrender is active. This is not passivity. It is active, dynamic. So in the yogic understanding surrender is not a passive belief. It is not something you believe in. This is something you practice. It's a dynamic practice. And in that practice, effort is included, action is included. Yes? But ego is not. Because ultimately, when you do anything, you realize the greater you do, the more you do, you realize you are doing lesser and lesser. And you really realize that it is not you who is doing anything, it is happening. The better you are at anything, the more you realize it happens through you. That's what we call a master, right? A master is somebody who is able to just arrive to a place and in an effortless way share something very complex in a very elegant, simple manner. Yes, because they are not doing it, it's just happening, it's just happening. And this is what we are speaking of, surrendered action. Surrendered action, meaning what? We are refining our state of consciousness to gain that level of unity with the greater depth of the ocean. The more we gain greater connection with the greater depth of the ocean, the more the ocean can flow through us, what we call thy will be done. The universe fulfills, because the universe is this, we are the universe, but there is also the mind and the ego, which is believing in an isolated identity. We believe that we are an isolated identity separate from the universe. This is a unique aspect of our nervous system. Clear? This is an hallucination. Even science has verified it, that there is nothing called as separate individuality. There are no boundaries in existence. All boundaries are nothing more than a five sensory phenomena. We see our bodies beginning and ending at a certain place because our nervous system sees it that way. Yes or no? Our nervous system sees it that way. But we believe in a very reductionist experience of our senses. So we fundamentally believe that we begin and end in this bag of skin. I am only this. And then there is the universe. Do you understand? Universe seems something outside of me. It's a very strange phenomena, is it not? Even though I am the universe, if I really rationally think and even intellectually correct my intellect, I realize I come from the universe into the universe. I am nothing more than the universe, nothing less than the universe, nothing more, right? Because I come from it and into it. Yes, we live in a universe which peoples on a particular solar system, third planet from a dwarf sun. It throws people up. Yes, it's a self-referral being which rises up as individuality. Now when we correct our ego, and that's where we surrender. Right? The ego is what? Always existing in a state of isolation, disconnected. It is at war. The fundamental reality of ego is what? An existential isolation. I begin and end here. It is me and then there is the universe. It explains me and the universe. Do you realize this illusion? This is, and it's like a leaf saying there is me and then the tree. Yes, the leaf is the tree. Got it or not? So ego is this state which keeps us in a state of hallucination. Hallucination being what? Believing that we are separate. Believing we are separate. So their surrender is an act of correction. It is not a leap of faith. It's actually a state of correction, correcting your intellect that you are not separate. Because separation is the myth. Separation is a belief. Now whether you look at it scientifically, whether you look at it spiritually, whether you look at it religiously, they are all speaking to the same phenomena, that singularity is expressing as plurality. So the experience of separateness is a myth of the mind. That is the ego. Because ego feels separate, it exists in fear, afraid, trying to control. Do you understand? The more it is afraid, the more it wants to control. The more it does, it wants to control, and there is stress. Clear or not in that? So, as we surrender more and more, we realize the universe and I are one. We do our best. Karmanyavadikaraste na phaleshu kadachana. We act, then whatever arises in the moment, we accept it totally. Absolutely. Whatever arises in this moment. Accept, adapt and accommodate, and then act again. Yes, but the action becomes a formality now. And the more you refine your state of consciousness, the less you feel you are doing. You do more. but the whole idea I am doing dissolves. Do you understand? In a state of isolation, we do less, but we think we are doing a lot. Have you heard from people? They feel, oh, I'm so tired. Whatever, you don't understand what all I did today. Yes? Have you seen a bird? How much the bird is doing? Try to keep up with a bird, you will be exhausted by the night. Try to keep up with a puppy, you will be exhausted by the night. Do you understand? Try to keep up with a fish, oh, too much swimming. We do few laps and it's like, oh, I did so many laps today. So we have a very active mind, active ego, overactive ego. And so we need to surrender that ego. Got it? We are not surrendering the capacity to act, we are surrendering the ego. Action is very, very important. Without action there is nothing. But this action is surrendered action, relevant action, not unnecessary action, only relevant action. And the more we gain unity with totality, the more we find fulfillment. Then our intention is designed to be realized. Whatever desire we have, it is designed to be realized. But if the desire is arising from shallow mind, it crashes like the shallow waves. Waves on the ocean banks, on the ocean shore, crash, shallow waves. They don't have the backing of the great depth. Individuals who have backing of the great depth of the within themselves, who you have access to the great depth of the universe, then the desire that has backing of that has to be realized. It is desires which are on the shallow, what we call intention is supreme desire. Yes, supreme desire, meaning corrected intellect desire. But if that desire doesn't have the backing of the great depth of the ocean, it crashes. Even if it is realized, the bliss from it is very short-lived. Do you comprehend? Short-lived bliss, and then bliss is quickly replaced by stress and unhappiness and a feeling of emptiness. If we look at our life and we really look at how many desires we have every day and how many desires are realized, the list will be very long. Yes or no? So many desires we have. Desire for food, it is fulfilled. Desire for breath, it is fulfilled. Desire for tea, it is fulfilled. Desire for coffee, it is fulfilled. Yes or no? We desire a car and it is fulfilled. You desire to get a plane ticket and it is fulfilled. We fly, we take it for granted. Yes? We bring our luggage, all this stuff. It's a lot of desire. But this desire, unfulfillment. Do you understand? When we say intention and the universe organizes itself is when we have great depth within ourselves. We access depth, and from there the intention it arises, it is designed to be fulfilled because it is the fulfillment of the universe, fulfillment of God. Yes? That's how the universe is fulfilled, by its individual expressions. Universe is nothing but collection of points. Infinity, the universe, is collection of what? Point values. Many, many points. So the universe can only experience fulfillment through its individual expression. So universe is greatly invested, or existence, or God, whatever name we want to give it. Now universe is a more popular name because God has been corrupted the word. Yes, so universe is a little bit more secular. So we can say universe, it's a synonym for sacred or divine or God. Clear? But what are we looking at that we realize that God is actually very invested in fulfillment of its expression. We are all ultimately gods and goddesses. Yes. And the universe is designed to make us fulfilled. In yoga we call bhukti and mukti. Bhukti and mukti. Bhukti is what? Total fulfillment in this realm, and then liberation. The universe is designed for us to be fulfilled. But we must learn the art of fulfillment. And if we are in the ego, we can never be fulfilled. Ever. We can never be fulfilled because ego is against fulfillment. It wants to be fulfilled, but it doesn't want to be fulfilled. It's a great trap. Do you understand me? The ego wants to be fulfilled, but it would never accept fulfillment. It's like you say, give me that gift, and then somebody gives you gifts, says no. And then they take it away and then say, bring me that gift, and they bring that gift. You say, no, I don't want it. So it wants to stay in the state of wanting, never accepting the gift. Yes? Because if you accept the gift, then the wanting ends and you are here in the fulfillment. And when you are in the state of true fulfillment, there is no ego. Ego cannot be. For ego to be there has to be always something missing. Something is not there. Something is not enough at the back of the mind. Do you understand? Something is missing. Something is missing, this ego. Existential burden. Existential burden is there. So, the greater we gain existential unity, greater fulfillment. From fulfillment arises desires which are designed to be fulfilled. Desire which has backing of lack cannot be fulfilled. Even if it is fulfilled, the experience is not fulfilled. The desire might be fulfilled, but what you were seeking in that desire, you don't find that. Right? So when we want something, it's not that thing we want an experience, what that thing might give us. Yes or no? Yes, like somebody wants to get married, and they want to get married. Why? Because they think once they get married, they will feel happier. Is it not? And they do get married, and then we find so many people, they are unhappy because they are married. Yes or no? So, desire was fulfilled, but the person remained unfulfilled. Desire was fulfilled. Yes or no? Individual remain unfulfilled. So this is the difference. Clear? When we don't have the backing, the ego is there, the ego doesn't want fulfillment. Desires can be fulfilled, but ego will never be fulfilled. Wherever there is the individual is truly fulfilled, ego is not there then. What is there is a surrendered being. You are in a state of true gratefulness, a grateful heart, surrendered. Yes, your fundamental baseline state is gratefulness. This is a person who is not in the state of ego. They are not conceptually thankful, no, this polite thank you, not that polite verbal idea. Clear? This is a visceral experience of the being, this radical state of gratefulness. That is the supreme surrender. For surrender is what? Recognizing the love that is here. That is what surrender is ultimately about. Not love that is somewhere else in a cloud. No. The love that is here. That's all there is love. Aham prema, aham brahma. I am the cosmos and I am love. I am love only, that's all. When I am love, I am not ego. Yes? In that action, when I act, my idea is not there, look what I am doing. I am just acting. Just action is there. Yes? Without stress. This action has the quality of flow. Like the Zen master, I was talking about the martial artist or the guitar player, yes? Who's in that, just going and he's, have you seen sometimes a musician playing, they close their eyes and they're just doing something and you know this person is in a heightened state. It's a state. And that's what we are in yoga, we are accessing in our life. Not in just isolated pockets, but in our life. Our life becomes a piece of art. Yes? It's from that flow state, whether it is our relations, whether it is our work, yes? The more we are in unity, the less we work. You do more, but the idea is not there. Yeah? So the action is included in surrender. Even surrender itself is an action. So what is important for us to realize that when in the Yoga Vedantic teachings, when we are speaking of surrender, we are not speaking of anticipation of some future event. Yes? Believing in some fading faith. Surrender is about getting yourself in that state right now where you can see the love that is here in your life. Got it or not? Where you can see the grace that is in your life right now. And when you really see that and you embody that, from there a desire arises, it has the fragrance of fulfillment. Yes, it has the backing of fulfillment. The greater the backing of fulfillment, the more the manifestation. Yes, fulfillment leads to fulfillment. Lack leads to lack. Stress leads to stress. Got it or not? If the seed has disease in it, that seed will give up, the tree might still grow, but it will have infections. But if the seed is healthy, empty seed, yet the design is already embedded in it, yes or no? Have you seen a seed? It's empty, yet the design of the whole tree is embedded in that seed. So how we are, that's how the tree grows. So the universe cannot organize itself in any other way around you than the way you are. For you are the universe. The universe is not somewhere else. Universe is you. So the only way the universe can be is the way you are. Yes or no? If you are a complainer, then universe is complaining. And universe will prove you right, because you will prove yourself right. If you are a person who has this tendency that nobody likes me and they create problem for me, guess what? Any room you will go will have some problem. There are people like that. Do you understand? That somehow wherever they go the problem arises. Why? Because they have a theme inside their head. Clear? In their universe, this is their story, that wherever I go, problems happen. Universe doesn't like me. People don't like me. There is somebody out there to get me. So they are also noticing that. And there is a person who is appreciative, just naturally a grateful person. Yes, they go, what they notice is the beauty. What they notice is what is here instead of what's missing. They notice that. And so they sleep peacefully, they wake up joyfully. And when they share from that joyous place, then everybody around them wants to serve them even more. Is it not? Then there is people, they are saying the same thing, but they are coming from a place of lack, a place of stress. Nobody wants to be around that person. That's a fact, is it not? You might be even in the boss and people have to be around you because they are enslaved by the corporate system to be around you, but actually they don't want to be around you. Yes or no? So they are not helping you. If they don't want to be around you, but they have to be around you just because they are stuck in a system, they are actually not helping you. Isn't it? But when you are emanating that when just being in your presence, people feel a certain sense of joy. Yes? Then they want to help you. They want to serve you. This is because it is, everything around us is like us only. So a neurotic person can only experience a universe which is neurotic. Because that neurotic person is a neurotic universe. Clear or not? It's a neurotic expression of the universe. So the universe can only be the way we are. Life cannot be any other way. We need to realize that. Yes? So we have to stop waiting for life to change. Got it or not? So when we say surrender, surrender is that, to really surrender that waiting game, surrender the stress, surrender this resistance to joy, resistance to bliss. Because bliss is available here, but we have resistance to that. Capish? So yoga sthe kuru karmani, establish yourself in yoga, Arjuna, and then act. What? Yoga. Yoga is what? Love, unity, bliss here and now, and then act from that place. Got it or not? Not from a waiting room. Yes, people stay in the waiting room and they think, oh, if I get that, then I will be in the state of yoga. Never happens. Never happens. So in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, when the conversation between Arjuna and Krishna starts, what does Krishna? Arjuna asks Krishna that, take me to a place, Arjuna, take me to a place, Krishna, from where I can see clearly what is. Yes? See clearly. Drishta. That from where you can see. Where is that? Here only. As we raise our consciousness, third eye, we can learn to see clearly. Instead of delusional seeing, we can see clearly. Fulfillment is there. Great fulfillment. Great success, great success. We must realize, since we are the universe is designed for the fulfillment of its own very self. Universe is not interested in suffering. The ego mind is. Ego mind creates suffering.